Now, what makes using Bootstrap grid system very powerful and very interesting is the fact that you can use the breakpoints. Now, remember in our introduction, I made this statement that Bootstrap is a popular framework for building responsive and mobile-first websites. And this is where you are going to see the importance of the grid system. So having that in mind, what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this div that we have over here. So I'll do Ctrl+C, and that's the column, and I'll bring it down here. As you can see, you have this separated. Let me change the background color over here to danger. I kind of have a different color. And let me change the numbering to, let's say, 3. And let's do another one. Let's change this to warning. And let me do 4 over here. Let's have another one. And let's do success. And let's do 5. Let's have another one. Let's have secondary. And let's do 6. Let's have another one. And let's do primary. And let's have 8. All right, so as you can see, these items are lined up next to each other, and we can go up to 12. Remember, the row can contain 12 columns, okay? And as you can see, there's col1, col2 up to col8, as I've indicated over here. So they look quite nice. But as far as using the breakpoint is concerned, so the breakpoint has to do with the viewport of the screen size that we are using. So we can start with the extra large. The extra large is going to be like the desktop screen size, or let's say a monitor or a big monitor. So from extra large, we come to large. Large is like a tablet or anything of that sort. Then we have the medium screen size, then the small screen size. The small screen sizes are normally or usually the cell phones, and we would want our website to look quite different or unique when we have different screen sizes. So what that we can do as far as using breakpoint is concerned is, instead of just specifying different calls for these, we can actually do a call. And I'm going to start off with trying to place these things or these items in such a way that I want the first area or the first kind of row, okay, the first row to only have 1, 2, 3, okay. I just want to see 1, 2, 3 over there. Then the second one, I just want to see 2, and the last one I want to see 1, 1. So this is what I mean. So for the extra large screen size, and this is what I can do. So when I come here, call, and I'll do -XL. When I do col-xl, I can do extra large, and when I do 6, okay, you are going to see things up very well, unless I open this up. Now when I do 6, you can see that this would take half of it. Remember, the entire thing is 12, okay, so this is taking 6, the rest are sharing it. Now what I want to see is, I want to see 2 also take the next 6. So what I can do is, I can come back to this 2 over here and also do XL 6. So when I do XL 6, now when you do it this way, you're not going to see, it's actually now applying the breakpoint, but then this is what we have. So you can see that we have 1 over here and we have 2 over here, and these are taking the first row, or like some kind of the first row. Now what I wanted to do actually was to make this 3. So I want to have 1, 2, 3, and I want them in equal portions. So in order to do that, then so what I can do is, I can do col-xl 4 for the first one, and I do col-xl 4 for the second one. I can now come here and come and do, now if I don't do anything and I open things up, you can see that I have this, and this is kind of trying to take the rest. So what I can do is, I can come here and do col-xl -4, and if I open things up, you are going to see this as we have it over here. Now remember with this, the next row, I want to have 4 and 5. So 4 is going to be 6, 5 is going to be 6, like I earlier indicated or showed over here. So I'm going to bring this up over here. Then I can do col-xl-6. So you can see 4 is taking 6. Okay, it's taking half of the 12. And now I can do for the 5 col-xl, and I also specify 6 over here. So you can see this will now shift down. Now I want 6 and 8, like I want 6 to take the entire 12 and 8 to also take 12. So what I can do is I can do col-xl, and I'll do 12 for the 6. So as you can see, once it takes 6, or once it takes 12, once 6 takes 12, you can see that this will automatically have no space left on that row. So it is also going to take the 12. But then, like I said, most of the times you would need to explicitly state that you want it this way. So I have it this way. Now, once we have this way, what we've actually done is we've started applying the breakpoint, and the breakpoint is going to make our view responsive. Now this is what is going to happen. Now if I am to shrink things up over here, and I'm going to do it very systematic. Now let's open this. So this is an extra large screen size, and you're going to see the breakpoint. Now when I shrink things up, you can see that when we get to this particular point, and this is the large screen size. So when you get to the large screen size, you are not now having what we initially specified over here as having 3 on the first row, 2 on the second row, and 1 over here. Okay, so maybe we would want to change some few things over here. So what I'm going to do here is on the large screen size, or the large screen breakpoint, I want to have 1 and 2 on the same row. So I want to have 1 as 6 and the 2 also as 6. So I'll come here and I'll simply do col-lg for the large breakpoint, and I'll do 6. And when I do 6, clearly you can see that it is now having or leaving this space for any person who wants to join practically. So I can also come here and do col-lg 6. So when I do col-lg 6, you can see that this is lined up over here. So if we should come to the large or the extra large screen size, you can see that we have 1, 2, 3 over here. If we shrink things up, maybe we are using a tablet, and because of that we are using the large screen viewport, you are going to see these two line up over here. And for instance, I just want to have let's say 3, 4, 5, 6 and 8. We don't have 7 over here. Okay, so we don't have 7 over here. So let's change this to 7 so that I don't confuse a lot of people. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So in order to make things a little bit interesting, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have 3, 4, 5, 6 on one row. Okay, so I want to have 1, 2, 3, 4. So on one row. So it's like I'm dividing 12 into 4. So what that means is on the large screen size, I want to have let me start doing it. So I can do col-lg. So I'm dividing 12 into 4. So that's going to make each a 3. So I'll do col-lg 3, and you can see that the red or the danger has taken its portion already. Then I can also specify a col-lg 3, and I can also come here and do col-lg 3 as well. So as you can see, and the last 6 can also come in here col-lg 3. So as you can see, we have these 4 items over here. So clearly when we open things up, we have this extra large viewport. This is an extra large viewport. And when we come to the large viewports, things begin to change. The first row is no longer 3. We now have 2 over here. And we now have 4. And the last one is taking 12. Now, if we should shrink things further, we are going to get to the medium viewport. Okay, now once it gets to the medium, it goes to the default 12 12 12, or just being displayed block one on top of each other. So for instance, you can as well do things or change things up. So with a medium, I just want to have 2 2 2 2 next to each other. So what I'm going to do is, with a medium, I'm going to do col-md6 for the first one. I'm going to repeat it over here, call another md6, so that I have 2 2 over here. I can also do call md6 over here, and these are all the breakpoints for md6. Here can also be, I mean, anything. So let's make here like, let's put everything, the rest of the things, on this last call. So if your guess is as good as mine, then it's going to be 12 divided by 3. So each is going to be 4. So you can do call, and you do md4, you do call md4, and the last one will be call md4. If we open things up, to the extra large, this is actually the large. The extra large is here. So this is the extra large. You have 3 to the top. Let's just consider the top. So with the extra large, you have 3 to the top. When you come to the medium, when you come to the large screen size, you have 2 to the top. And when we come to the medium screen size, you have just 2 to the top. Now, as you can see, when I open things up, this is the large, and as you can see, 7 is behaving a little bit funny, and that's because perhaps maybe you haven't specified anything over here for large. So we only have for extra large, we don't have anything for large. So what we can do is, we can actually come here and do call, and we'll do LG, and I'll do 12. And that's why I said it is important to explicitly specify your demarcations, I mean, the way you want them. So let's continue to observe the other breakpoints. We have this way, and if we should go further, we are going to see this as the small screen size. So this is going to be the small screen size, and we can also do some few things with the small screen size. So with the small screen size, for instance, let's just test the first 2. So I can come in here. This is the first info, number 1. I'll come in here and do call, and I'll do SM. When I do call SM6, that means I want to put these 2 together. I mean, per my design, call SM6. So that's basically what we have. When we get to the very small screen size, now everything is displayed block, and there's nothing we can do about that. So this is the responsiveness as far as using Bootstrap grid system is concerned. In the next example, we are going to look at a more practical approach to some of these things.